Alternative. That's the political and activist party that launched Socialist Students. So Socialist Students is a nationwide organization of students who are organizing against inequality and racism, sexism and homophobia, as well as budget cuts, police brutality, and tuition hikes. We want to organize to win concrete victories on these issues on campuses, in cities, and in the whole country. I think students don't hear very much good news these days. Between Trump and the election, skyrocketing tuition, and housing costs, a rapidly destabilizing climate, and the most extreme income inequality this world has ever seen, this system of capitalism we live in does not have much to offer. But we are also seeing an impressive fight back. With the Bernie Sanders campaign this year, raising the hopes of millions of young people of a different kind of society that values people over profit, and a democracy not corrupted by massive campaign finance, but powered by ordinary people. We've also seen the Black Lives Matter movement unite a generation of young people who are standing up against police brutality, mass incarceration, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Socialist Alternative has launched Social Students this year because students have the potential to start movements. And if you look at students today, they started doing this poll back in the 60s to see how many students per year are going to go to a protest or something like that. It is the highest this year since 1968, which is the era of the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. I think that's really exciting. And we think that if we fight back and organize, we can actually win real things. Socialist Alternative is a national political party that fights for these things too, and we are achieving real victories. We elected Shama Sawant, immigrant woman of color, and a socialist to the Seattle City Council without taking a dime in corporate cash. She's the first socialist to be elected to that body in 100 years. And we have since used that platform to win things like the $15 minimum wage, organized tenant protests against greedy landlords, raise the banner of Black Lives Matter, and fight for a socialist society. And lastly, before we get started with Elaine's leadoff, I want to make it clear to everyone how to get involved. If you're not signed up on our mailing list yet, please do so you can stay informed on what kind of events, rallies, and protests we're hosting, and how you can participate. If you want to help us build Socialist Students, and things like the Stop Trump rally we'll have later in the month, and maybe solidarity protests with adjunct faculty. We're going to have an organizing meeting for the Stop Trump rally next week, which Sarah will explain more at the end. And I also urge you all to join Socialist Alternative, become a member, and get involved in an activist political party that knows how to organize and fights for democratic socialism, a completely different society based on economic, racial, and gender justice, where working youth and people have a democratic say over the wealth of society, and not just the top 1%. So please talk to a member after the meeting, and we'll let you know how you can get involved. So I hope you find the discussion interesting, and I look forward to meeting you all after the meeting.